contacting me about secret homosexuality.
So should people be aware cameras are on? Like cameras are on?
Jaden Smith is gay.
Oh.
His first lover was Tyler, the Creator.
Orlando Brown just set the internet on fire, dropping claims about Jaden Smith that people can't stop talking about. For years, there's been quiet chatter and side eyes hinting that Jaden might be living on the DL. But now the gossip is getting louder, and some sources are saying there could be more to it than just talk. It's still speculation, but the way it's spreading has people paying attention fast. At first, when the rumors started circling, most fans brushed it off as random street talk. But now, the same whispers are starting to sound a lot more serious, like something deeper might be going on. And when you look back at how Will and Jada raised their kids, with their very open and unconventional style, some people feel like this situation doesn't seem that shocking after all. People also keep bringing up old moments, like when Will Smith showed affection toward Jaden in ways that had viewers confused, including those widely discussed public kiss moments on major platforms. Those clips still get talked about today, and for some, they raised eyebrows and questions that never fully went away.
I just want to say Tyler, the Creator, is the best friend in the world, and I love him so much. And I want to tell you guys something. I want to tell you, Tyler doesn't want to say, but Tyler's my mother boyfriend, and he's been my mother boyfriend my whole life. Tyler, the Creator, is my boyfriend. It's true.
So now that these claims about Jaden being on the DL are making waves again, a lot of fans are connecting dots and forming their own opinions. And once conversations shift toward past rumors surrounding Will Smith too, phrases like father, like son, start popping up more often in discussions, even if nothing has been officially confirmed. Things really blew up when brother Bilal, who's been described as Will Smith's former assistant and longtime close friend of nearly 40 years, stepped into the spotlight with some wild claims. During an interview with Tasha K, he started speaking openly about Will and Jada, suggesting that Will might not be exactly who Hollywood presents him to be. That alone had people locked in. But what came next took things to another level. Bilal claimed that while working with Will on set, he walked into a situation he says he was never meant to see. According to him, he opened the door to Dwayne Martin's dressing room and allegedly found Will and Dwayne in a compromising position.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of like I'm trying to find is like this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having with Will.
That moment, as he tells it, stuck with him and became the center of this entire controversy. For context, Dwayne Martin isn't just some random name. He worked closely with Will on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and many people have pointed out that the two have shared a very tight bond over the years. That history is exactly why this claim caught so much attention and spread so quickly online. What made things even more intense is that Bilal didn't back down, not even after Will and Jada reportedly responded fast with legal action. Instead, he doubled down, saying their quick reaction only proved his point. On the other side, Will's team shut it all down, calling the story completely made up and unequivocally false, making it clear they're not backing these claims at all. What people do know is this: the Smiths reportedly threatened legal action, and then everything suddenly went quiet. The claims were never proven, never fully addressed, and just sat there untouched for a long time. But now, with recent headlines involving other major figures shaking up the industry.
Let me process that for a second. Who was on top?
It wasn't a top. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Like,
ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. and this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work, we're going to take legal action. Because it's one thing to have your opinion about somebody.
Fans and online detectives are back at it, digging through old stories, connecting dots, and questioning everything all over again. And when it comes to Will Smith, a lot of those conversations keep circling back to that unforgettable Red Table Talk episode. That moment gave the public a rare look into what was really going on behind the scenes in Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's relationship. During that discussion, they opened up about their marriage in a way that caught a lot of people off guard, including conversations about their unconventional approach and personal boundaries. But according to how the situation unfolded, that conversation didn't just come out of nowhere. It happened after August. Alsina spoke publicly about his connection with Jada, which pushed everything into the spotlight. That's when Jada addressed what she called an entanglement, a word that quickly had everyone talking. Still, many people pointed out that it sounded like more than just a casual situation. Even Will himself questioned it during that same conversation, making it clear there was more depth to it.
Versus just making up salacious, malicious stories. So that's actionable, so we're gonna roll with that.
Oh, he tried to extort you before?
Well, it's based around this person's idea that they in some way were doing business around Will's book, and that they spent money or what have you, and that they needed to be compensated. So he already tried to do this money shakedown.
August also shared that he believed the relationship was serious, even claiming he had Will's awareness at the time, though those details have remained heavily debated ever since. A lot of people had something to say about the situation, but D.L. Hewley's take hit especially hard and got people talking. He didn't hold back at all. He openly criticized Jada and questioned the entire situation, pointing out the age difference and the fact that August Alsina had a close connection to the family through Jaden. His comments pushed the conversation into deeper territory and made people look at things from a different angle. For those who didn't follow it closely, August was spending a lot of time around the Smith family back then. He was introduced through Jaden, and it was widely discussed that he was going through a very difficult period in his life, dealing with serious health and emotional struggles. That context is exactly why some critics, including D.L. Hewley, felt the situation was more complicated than what it was being labeled as.
Will was willing to give him a certain amount or what have you.
So I'm hanging out at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know, as I do when I go out there. And, you know, I'm in Will's dressing room. There's a bunch of guys from Philly or whatever the case may be. And, you know, Benny Medina hollers down the hall, "Will, I'm going to come see you in a minute." So, you know, so he comes up there in a few minutes and he pokes his lips out like he's going to kiss Will, right? And I'm like, oh man, I got to beat the shit out of this dude. Do we pack him out? Like, all right, well, I'll just wait because I'm, you know, I don't know this culture, right? And Will kissed this guy on the lip.
From that perspective, DL argued this wasn't just about a relationship or what was called an entanglement, but something that raised bigger questions about timing, boundaries, and responsibility. He suggested that if the roles were different, the public reaction might have been much more intense, which added even more fuel to the debate. At the time, though, not everyone saw it that way. A lot of people quickly blamed August instead, labeling him in harsh ways and accusing him of disrupting a marriage, while others felt the situation deserved a more balanced and thoughtful look. But when you really start digging into August's past, a lot more context comes into focus, and it changes how people see everything. Back in 2020, August Alsina released a docuseries called The Rise of August Alsina, where he opened up about deeply personal struggles from his early life. He spoke about experiencing serious trauma at a young age involving someone he said was close to his family, and that revelation alone had viewers shocked. He also shared that he tried to confide in his mother.
Down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, you know, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her.
Sheila Blair, hoping she would keep things private, But according to his account, that trust didn't go the way he expected, as the information was allegedly shared more widely than he was comfortable with. That moment added another layer to understanding his emotional state and the challenges he was dealing with at the time. During that discussion, it became clear to many viewers that August had been navigating complicated family dynamics for years. Some commentators later connected those struggles to his relationship with Jada, suggesting it may have influenced how things unfolded, though those interpretations remain debated and not officially confirmed. There were also claims floating around that the situation created tension between August and Jaden, affecting their friendship. At the same time, reports about Jaden's personal journey began surfacing, with people saying he started focusing more on independence and carving out his own path away from family expectations. Still, a lot of these narratives are based on speculation, and the full picture remains far more complex than what's being shared online.
I see that you're working with Jaden Smith, who designed Yeezy footwear with Ye. What are y'all cooking up? I guess we'll never find out.
Dog, it's hailing in Paris, bro. Ice is falling from the sky. It was cold. I knew it was cold, bro. Ice is bouncing off of me. Dog, do you see this? Rain doesn't, bro, it hurts a little bit. Bro, what's happening? What's going on?
But here's where things start to get even messier, because the conversation didn't just stay focused on August anymore. It started shifting right back to Jaden. As people kept digging, old interviews, tweets, and public moments involving Jaden began resurfacing, and suddenly everything was being re-examined under a completely different lens. Fans began pointing out how Jaden has always expressed himself in ways that didn't follow typical expectations. From his fashion choices to his philosophical interviews. Over the years, he's made statements about identity, freedom, and not wanting to be boxed in, and while many praised him for being authentic, others started twisting those moments into something else entirely. That's when the speculation really started spiraling out of control. At the same time, people also revisited Jaden's relationships and friendships, trying to read between the lines and draw conclusions that were never clearly stated. Social media turned into a full investigation board, with clips, quotes, and photos being picked apart piece by piece. But the reality is, none of these theories have been confirmed, and a lot of it is based on interpretation rather than facts. Still, the way everything connects, from old rumors about Will to the situation with Jada and August, and now the spotlight on Jaden, has created a narrative that keeps pulling people in. Whether it's al-Haqiqah or just another internet storm, one thing is clear. The Smith family stays at the center of conversations that people just can't seem to let go of. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any louder, more voices started jumping into the mix, each adding their own spin to the story. Bloggers, commentators, and even a few industry insiders began weighing in, turning this into a full-blown online debate that refuses to slow down. Every new opinion sparked another wave of reactions, and the narrative kept growing bigger by the day. At the same time, others pushed back hard against the rumors, calling out how quickly people were connecting dots without solid proof. They pointed out that a lot of what's being shared is based on old clips, secondhand claims, and personal interpretations rather than confirmed facts. That side of the conversation has been just as loud, with people urging others not to run too far with speculation. Meanwhile, neither Jaden nor the Smith family has directly addressed most of these specific claims, which only adds more mystery and keeps people guessing. That silence has been read in completely different ways depending on who you ask. Some see it as strategic, while others think it's simply a choice to stay out of the noise. What's clear is that this situation has turned into more than just one story. It's now a mix of past interviews, resurfaced moments, and ongoing rumors all blending together. And with the internet constantly digging and resharing, this is one of those topics that doesn't fade easily and keeps pulling attention back in. And now, the spotlight is shifting again because people are starting to question how much of this is real and how much is just the internet running wild. The deeper you look, the more you see how fast stories can grow, twist, and turn into something way bigger than where they started. One clip becomes 10 theories, and suddenly everyone thinks they figured it all out. Some fans are even calling out the way social media fuels these situations, turning private lives into public debates overnight. They're pointing out how easy it is for speculation to stick, even when there's no solid proof behind it. Once a narrative catches momentum, it spreads fast, and separating fact from fiction becomes almost impossible. At the same time, others are still locked in, convinced there's more beneath the surface and continuing to connect every old headline and resurfaced moment. It's like every piece of the past is being pulled into the present, building a story that keeps evolving with every new post and reaction. In the middle of all this noise, one thing stands out. The truth hasn't fully come out, and a lot of what's being said is still unconfirmed. But that hasn't stopped the conversation from growing louder, turning this into one of those stories the internet just refuses to drop anytime soon. And now the conversation is hitting a different level because people are starting to question the bigger picture behind all of this. It's no longer just about one claim or one interview. Now it's about how celebrity stories get shaped, pushed, and sometimes blown way out of proportion. Every new headline adds pressure, and the line between truth and rumor keeps getting harder to see. Some are pointing out that fame comes with constant scrutiny, where even the smallest moment can get flipped into something major. In Jaden's case, his individuality and openness have always made him stand out, but now those same traits are being picked apart in ways that weren't happening before. It shows how quickly public perception can shift when old narratives get brought back to life. Others are still digging, convinced there are hidden details that haven't been fully addressed yet. They're revisiting interviews, public appearances, and even subtle comments, trying to piece together a story that may or may not even exist in the way they think. It's turned into a cycle where speculation feeds more speculation, and it just keeps going. At the end of the day, this situation has become a mix of real moments, personal opinions, and unverified claims all tangled together. And as long as people keep searching for answers and sharing their theories, this story isn't slowing down anytime soon. It's only getting bigger and louder. Jaden was recently spotted on the red carpet at the Could Have Been Love season premiere, and at first glance, everything seemed calm and put together. He looked confident, styled up, and completely in control. But things took a sudden turn when a reporter tried to ask him about his new Christian Louboutin collection. Without saying a word, Jaden simply walked off, leaving people confused and the moment instantly going viral. To understand the tension, you have to look back a bit. Jaden has had public disagreements with Kanye West, especially after the 2022 Yeezy Season 9 show where the White Lives Matter shirts were revealed. Jaden didn't stay quiet about it either. He took to social media saying, "If I don't feel the message, I'm out," making it clear where he stood. Many people respected him for speaking up, but others felt like his reactions have been intense at times. There have also been moments over the years where Jaden's behavior sparked concern or confusion online, with clips and headlines spreading fast and people forming their own opinions. Some have questioned his well-being, while others argue he's just expressing himself in his own way and living outside the norm. Now, with these new rumors about him being on the DL making waves again, the internet is in full debate mode. Some think it's all just exaggerated talk tied to past controversies, while others believe there could be more going on behind the scenes. Nothing has been confirmed, but the conversation is definitely heating up. So what do you think about everything happening right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like on this video, and subscribe for more updates like this.